Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today we have a Warhammer animation review for you because, well, Warhammer TV or Warhammer Plus is finally live, so this is the first episode that we're going to do a review on from the actual Warhammer Plus. So, first of all, we're going to be looking at Hammer and Bolter Death's Hand. We've obviously already done Hammer and Bolter Old Baelai because that one was the pre-release one, but this is Death's Hand, and this is another fantastic animation. So, for starters, the credits are animation done by Farside Features and music by Jonathan Hartman. Once again, GW aren't doing full credits on this. I would assume their reasoning on this is very similar to why they no longer put names in books, because they're generally not keen on having artists sort of attacked in certain ways. But, you know, it sort of sucks. I would love to see full credits here. I will keep saying that. Everyone deserves full credits, but how some of the community can get at times, I understand why they're not maybe there, and it sucks for the people working on it that they can't get full credits because, yeah, it's a touchy subject. So, anyway, animation by Farside Features, well done. This was a really different looking cartoon, but we'll get into that. And music by Jonathan Hartman once again. I think he's going to be the one doing most of the music from what it seems. So let's get cracking on and talk a little bit about what this animation was all about. And so let's talk a little bit about the story. So what happens in this particular story? Well, this story is all about what happens when an Inquisitor plays with things they shouldn't. How does the Inquisition itself react to deal with such radical operatives within its ranks? The show shows us exactly that. It shows both the brutal and the subtle sides of how the Inquisition goes about dealing with those within its ranks of what it deems to be a heretic or a radical Inquisitor. This was a really fantastically well put together show. I like the idea of, we got to know the characters a little bit. We got to know sort of the radical Inquisitor who we were introduced to first as maybe our protagonist, and then we got the antagonist introduced partway through. We got some really cool fight scenes, and we got shown the ending of how everything sort of comes together and what happens when you go up against the Inquisition as an operative yourself. It was a really well put together short little story. I think we learned a lot, and you saw a lot within this particular show of how that all sort of works within the Inquisition. Really enjoyed it. And so the positives and negatives of Hammer and Bolter Death's Hand. So without a doubt, this one was much bloodier. This was so much gore in this one. Definitely no Saturday morning cartoon vibes that I got from Old Baelai in this one. This one was definitely not PG-13 in any way, or 15 plus, whatever you are, wherever you are in the world. This was not kid friendly, this one, without a doubt, which is really cool. I like that Hammer and Bolter is perhaps appealing to a very wide audience, giving very different stories. There was a lot of different animation used in this story, while it still had the same sort of overall look, I think. Like the same sort of cartoony sort of look to it. It definitely used different style animations. There were a lot more moving parts within this show than what we saw in the others, and the combats were very like animated, rather than being the sort of slideshow vision that we got. Although that did come in parts of it, but that was mostly memory scenes, and I thought that was okay for that. We did see like the animation, the movement, and a whole bunch of cool things, especially in the fights as well. There perhaps wasn't as much, I guess, focus on the narrative side, where Old Baelai, we were really telling a story, so we got a very in-depth narrative story with that one. This one was a lot more combat focused. We got a really cool story shown through the combat, and we got shown how these amazing bits and pieces in the Imperium work and how they can actually do these amazing things, which was really cool. Like just seeing the fight scenes. This was the first proper fight scene we've seen in any of this. Well, at least for me, this was the first proper fight scene I've seen in any of this. So this was just amazing to see the assassin you've got pictured here doing her thing, along with the Inquisitors doing their things, and all the operatives and everything was just awesome. I really enjoyed this one. This was just action-packed, almost start to finish. I mean, a good 70% of this was nothing non-stop action. The last 30 was some really cool suspensive times. So, really solid. And so lastly, your thoughts on this one. This is the first episode in the Hammer and Bolter series. Old Baelai is technically number 3, but I really enjoyed this one. It gave a very different vibe. I'd love to know what you all thought of this one. Was this something a lot of people wanted more? I think this one here was way more what people wanted out of Warhammer animation, or a lot more people wanted out of Warhammer animation to me than Old Battle Eye. So definitely a really cool show. What did you all think of it? Let us know in the comments below. Well, thank you all for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fun little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the description of the video to our Discord server. We're always on there. There's always someone chatting. You can go on there and have a good time. Next up, if you'd like to help support the channel in another way, you can do so by following one of the links to Patreon, YouTube members, or following a link to our merch store on Teespring and grabbing some merch to help support the channel in that way. But also, we'd like to give a shout out to everyone who helps support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members. So first of all, a big thank you to our Patreon members: Christian Weir, James, Soren, Chaos Spawn, AJC, Kenny Lull, Outer and Shot First, James Crowder, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, Tim Newman, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, MJ, and Dynat226. And a special thank you as well to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Steve T, The Real Zeop, Chris Wallace, Turai12, Vinny, Lock Lorick, Matt Mollum, Becca Kinsker Groupie, The Johnny84, and El Mapache. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Lady Witchfox Art, first of all, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel, and also to Xmorphic, who does an amazing job of running the Discord server and doing all the background work there for us. Thank you all for watching once again though. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.